This evening, I had the opportunity to see the power that one voice can have in changing an entire environment. As I've shared in other videos, one of my favorite things to do is to go and attend watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show at different locations. This evening, I went to a place that did not have a shadow cast. It was just a collection of people sitting in the theater ready to participate and play along with the movie on the screen. Being in a new environment, we did not know how other people would react, participate, if they would interact at all with the movie. There was a great deal of unknowing until the film started. As the film began, I did the echoing chant that so many have said so many times since 1975, and I was very pleasantly surprised to hear another voice sitting in the same row as I was in, echoing the same chant. Through that, others in the room began to laugh and play along, and it was a blessing to see that because this other voice joined in the conversation, that we were in for a great evening. There's so many different places that we go to that people do not know what kind of interaction that they'll be dealing with. We go to places of care to reach out to people, and we never know what power our voice of just saying, "I'm pray for you," might have. We go to our young children or our young family members, and we sit and we listen to them, and we pray through very comforting and caring things to say back to them. And we never know the impact that those words might have. Many of us as older adults that have worked with different generations, either as mentors or caregivers, sometimes have been blessed to receive letters that says, "Because of your voice, I've been able to do this." We never truly understand the power and the impact one voice can have. Either at a silly midnight movie, being willing to speak out and be goofy and play along, or a person that sits down and literally takes a moment to say to another person, "You are special, you are loved, you are important." One voice can make a very powerful change and affect another person's life for the good. In my new worship center, I inherited a group that is a dream small group that I've had for many years. Thankfully, I didn't have to start it. It was already there. It was a very beautiful inheritance in my transfer from worship center to this new worship center. Last night, with this collection of very dear friends, I found myself in a moment that I have been dreaming to be a part of for many years. When I was in my first appointment as a pastor, I was not ready for this environment. And it was hard to create in a church setting because I wanted it, but I wasn't there yet. In my second appointment, I was ready. I was way ready, but the worship center that I was at was not ready for it yet. But last night, during a very special outing with a very special collection of friends, I found myself in an environment as a part of our worship center that I have been looking for a while. It is a blessing when that you're in a collection of friends and you all have a common purpose and a common goal and a common care drive to help each other. It has been a blessing to have inherited this group, and that blessing became a reality that I have been waiting for years upon years. Last night, as I sat in a pizza joint enjoying a zero sugar Fanta and watching people laugh and carry on, and also wearing their allyship shirts and necklaces or what have you, showing the community that we are a group of people that cares. One of my favorite shirts that I own, I was wearing last night, and it was a really great night to have it. I have this beautiful shirt that says, "This pastor loves you," and the word pastor is spelled out in the colors of the LGBTQIA plus flag. And it was just a blessing to be able to be in that environment with those friends, living a moment that I have waited for many, many years. I'd like to celebrate Marsha P. Johnson in the first week of Black History Month. Throughout this month, we will be highlighting different LGBTQIA plus leaders to honor both their journeys as African Americans and their contributions to the LGBTQIA plus community. Marsha P. Johnson was heavily involved in the Stonewall Uprising, which marked a pivotal moment in history. In addition to her activism at Stonewall, Johnson co-founded the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, also known as STAR, in 1970, providing support and shelter for homeless transgender and gender nonconforming individuals. Tragically, she was found dead in the Hudson River in 1992, and her legacy continues to inspire new generations of activists. Star Trek has been a televised image of the potential of humanity. Ever since the 1960s, one of the potential focuses of Star Trek has been to become this science fiction mirror to show everyday life in such a way that we truly think about the things that we're doing. There is a constant quest of showing people their true potential in these episodes. Within the journey of Star Trek, I have recently seen the absolute in showing a potential in an entire race. If you go back to the 1960s, the enemies of the Empire of the enemies of the Federation were shown as the Klingons. And the Klingon warriors were the consummate bad guys. And they were the bad guy warriors who lived and walked the warrior's way throughout their cultural existence, that they always seemed would be the polar opposite of the Federation. Then we get into the late 80s and early 90s, and Star Trek The Next Generation begins to show the potential of evolving past these war-focused ways and began to show some unity in both sides. This happened with the existence of Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation. The Klingons were not always the enemies, because now we have an image in Worf of a Klingon that's willing to find the middle ground and work with those who have always seemed to be enemies for the greater good. Now, Worf still existed in the Warrior's Way. He just used the Warrior's Way in collective agreement with the Federation. Now, through imagery and Starfleet Academy, the newest stories of the Star Trek universe, we have a new Klingon called Jaden. Jaden is the first pacifist Klingon that is focused on complete peace. He actually comes in and is a medical officer and not a security person. Jaden shows a complete evolution from warrior to peace throughout this journey. We all have potentials to grow past hurts and past expectations. Through the imagery of Jaden, we can see that even the greatest warrior can become second recognition for Black History Month and our LGBTQIA plus leaders is Laverne Cox. Laverne Cox is known for her role in Orange is the New Black and the Rocky Horror Picture Show Let's Do the Time Warp Again. Cox has used her platform to advocate for transgender rights and visibility, addressing issues faced by the community, particularly black transgendered individuals. We celebrate Black LGTBQIA plus History Month. We honor the voices that inspire change, and today we spotlight Zaya Wade, a courageous young activist and advocate for transgender rights. At just the age of 12 years old, Zaya publicly came out as transgender, embracing her true self with remarkable grace. Her journey has become a beacon of hope for many young individuals navigating their identities, reminding us that every person deserves to be accepted for who they are. Zaya has leveraged her platform to raise awareness about the challenges faced by transgender youth, particularly within communities of color. She emphasizes the importance of love and acceptance, stating, "I want to be myself and not have to worry about being judged for it." Through her advocacy, Zaya encourages vital conversations about the need of policies that protect transgender rights, especially in education and healthcare, ensuring that young people can thrive in safe environments. On the third day of Black History Month, we celebrate Billy Porter, who stands as a powerful figure in the African American LGBTQIA plus community, embodying resilience and advocacy. As a celebrated actor, singer, and fashion icon, he has used his platform to challenge societal norms and elevate marginalized voices. Porter's work extends beyond the stage. He passionately advocates for LGBTQIA plus rights and visibility, emphasizing the importance of representation in all places. His journey inspires many, reminding us that authenticity and courage can pave the way for change. As we continue to celebrate African American History Month, we celebrate Billy Porter not just for his artistic contributions, but his unwavering commitment to social justice and equality. Alice Walker has long been an advocate for LGBTQIA plus rights, using her voice for marginalized communities throughout her career. She has openly identified as bisexual, which has informed her writing and activism. In her essays and poetry, she addresses the intersectionality of race and sexuality, emphasizing the importance of inclusivity within the feminist movement. Walker's advocacy extends beyond her literary achievements. She has participated in numerous events and discussions aimed at raising awareness about LGBTQIA plus issues, particularly concerning the struggles faced by queer people of color. Her commitment to social justice is evident in her efforts to fight against homophobia and transphobia, making her a key figure in both the civil rights and the LGBTQIA plus movement. In addition to The Color Purple, Alice Walker has authored several other notable works, including Mandarin, The Temple of My Family, and By the Light of My Father's Smile. Her contributions to literary and activism has earned her numerous accolades, solidifying her place as a vital voice in both African American and LGBTQIA plus history. As I see award shows like the Grammys or the Oscars, and I hear individuals speak out for social causes that affect their lives, I think about the reactions that those speeches receive at times. A few years ago, as we dealt with the passing of George Floyd, and I remember multiple NBA players wearing shirts that said, "I can't breathe," acknowledging the words that came from George Floyd just before he died. I think about what's happening now in Minnesota and how all of the active Minnesota sports teams have had moments of silence for the individuals that have been murdered by ICE. And then I think about the response it gets. Many times it's shut up and act. Many times it's shut up and sing, or shut up and dribble, or shut up and play your game. And trying to create this expression that just because a person is good at one thing, they should not advocate for the things that they believe in others. I think about this quite frequently because many of our marginalized friends need individuals who will speak up for them. They need to hear voices advocating for them. Very recently at the Grammy Awards, we had Billie Eilish talking about the stolen land that we have stolen from the Native Americans. I think about Bad Bunny that challenged ICE within his conversation as he received his award. And then I saw the pushback of individuals that say, keep politics out of music, keep politics out of movies. And I completely disagree with that. I greatly agree with the words of Ben Parker when he said, with great power comes great responsibility. Sometimes we are given gifts in one area so that we can be a voice for another. Sometimes we are given advantages in some places that we can help the marginalized that are pushed aside in those same places. Sometimes we catch attention for one thing that we can do, but we can use that attention to care for other people. Today, I would like for us to think about all of the gifts that we have been given. And these gifts aren't just ways to bring us fame or notoriety, but these gifts that we have can become the voices that we use to care for our marginalized friends who are trying to find help in their lives.